really would like to wall hang one of these. I really like these Black Label decks a lot. I'd say if I was to pick a favorite board brand for myself, it would be Black Label for sure. It's just a beautiful board. It's a beautiful shape. I like the square nose a lot. I like the square tail. I've mentioned before, this being a 10-inch wide board, that I really like this for speed. I'm not going to street skate on this thing. I'm not going to ride a half pipe on this thing. This isn't going to be my choice in one of those tiny pull transition pools. I'm going to go with something smaller like this. Oh. So I mentioned before, when I first started out, I started out on the Anti-Hero Jeff Grosso shape, which is a lot like this deck. 925 wide, same length, same wheelbase. It's perfect. That's what I do my street skating on. I actually have that one here. Let me break that one too. There's actually a cobweb on this thing. Let me show you the difference. For those who don't know, off the top, this is almost the same deck. Shape-wise, almost the same deck here. The thing that's different is there's like an extra inch of width on the tail. And when I'm going really fast in the bowl, I kind of always let my foot overhang a lot, more than most people would probably be comfortable with. But when I'm on this board going fast, I notice I don't feel as comfortable on my back foot on this board. Like, it could come off when I get on this one with an extra inch on the tail. I like it a lot better. This board needs to get re-gripped right here because, man, this clear is ran soft on me. So, people always ask, on my street board, what do I have? I got old school indies. No groove in them at all. I've got, these are some Orb wheels. 56 millimeters, really hard. I think they're the ultralight ones. They're super old. I don't really care when it comes to street skating. I got a 1/8 inch riser. I probably don't even need that. And I skate pretty tight. Now, this board, you guys have seen in plenty of videos. I called this board Frankenstein. I put this board where I wrapped some lyrics to this board in the front, saying it's shaped down from an Alva. It's an old Alva skateboard, a big Alva. I think it was the rat board, or I think it had a rat on it or something. I don't know. But I basically traced the Jeff Grosso shape. But then when I got to the tail, I took the tail from this board. So this board is like this. A Grosso on the nose, which is a little more flat compared to this one here. And I mean, overall, if I could have any board, it would be like an unlimited supply of this. Maybe go a little wider, like 9.5. Sometimes I feel like a 10-inch is a little wider than I care. I think a 9.5, 9.75 or something like that would be great. But, you know, this as a 925 with a wider tail, to me, is perfect. I can kind of do everything I want on a deck like that or on a deck like this. There's just something about that extra speed on that big 10-inch garage door. Let's see. Okay, grip tape. I don't know what I'm going to do on my grip tape here. I'm kind of past the days of trying to do something fancy. I just don't care anymore. So, these are the big 11. I do kind of like, though, that this board is yellow and it's going to be pretty bright. It does have me thinking about like leaving a small line where that yellow can kind of beam up. through the grip tape. But I honestly don't have a straight edge. I guess I could turn the tape sideways. That's like the perfect fit right there. Dude, maybe I'll do that. I could do 3 pieces right there, maybe. Let's start at the nose. Yeah. Now I'd go there. What would that look like? I usually like to grip the whole board because you never know. So I think I'm just going to do that. I don't really care about the logo on the front. First thing my wife said when she saw this was like, you got to leave that. That looks really cool. But I don't think I'm going to. Let's just show you guys how there's no young people watching my channel much that don't know how to grip a million boards already. Now I'm super aware that I'm probably going to screw this up. But at least I got 11 inches of it, right? Let's see. So now when I do the grip on a board, I like to do it with a dull knife. This is super dull. It's kind of like maybe like a butter knife would be. Like if you have an old butter knife, you could use like the back edge of the butter knife and just use that. Right there where the wheel wells are, I usually make a cut. I don't know if anyone else does that. Sort of cut that all the way to the edge of the board. And then I'm going to use the back of the knife. I think the only reason you're really scraping the line is so you know where the edge is. All right then, so it should look like this. Let's put these wheels back here. This way you kind of know. Now, if I was to use a knife like this on it, not only would I dull this knife pretty bad, but I'm going to cut into the wood like continuously. I'm going to be like digging sections of the edge of my board out, and I don't want to do that. So that's why I want to use a dull knife. Come in from the bottom, go right up to the edge of the board. I mean, these are not sharp at all. But that cuts really well. I don't want any of that tape to like roll over the edge. If anything, you'd rather it be up on top. You know what? I say that most of the people watching this channel are old dudes. Man, it's hot in here. I don't need that. Are old dudes like me, and they probably are. But I said that they're probably have gripped 100 boards. But you know what? I get comments from a lot of people. And matter of fact, I was at a store. I don't even remember what store it was. I think it was like a Home Depot or something, and bumped into somebody that watches the channel and hasn't even started skateboarding yet, but wants to, and they don't know anything about it. And they were like asking me about decks and all that stuff with like no knowledge. And this dude was in his mid 40s. So, for me to say everybody's a shredder, I know there's plenty of you on here, but not everybody. And what does shredder mean? What does that really mean? I mean, I know what it means. I was talking to a guy the other day at the skate park, and I noticed everybody takes their leftover grip tape, like so, sands around the edge real good. So that heats it up, makes the glue really adhere to the board. It kind of thins out and wicks away those loose edges. If you ever stick it on and don't do this step, you might have your grip tape start to bubble up. So I do it. I don't have the best table here. I'm actually using an ironing board for this. Okay, so there we have it. There's something really nice about just a solid black gripped board. I only use the Mob grip tape just because it's the best. It sticks my feet to it the most. It lasts the longest. The thing I hate doing the most in the world with skateboards is having to re-grip one. If I'm taking all the old crap off to do that, I usually pay my kid to do it. So I do have that option. Okay. Let me find a punch for these. So I'm going to mount in these back holes here. So is that going through? That's not the best punch. Let me find something else. All right. Don't poke the other holes if you're going to use the back ones. And I did not buy hardware, so hopefully that won't be a problem. Let's go over here and look. We got Christmas gifts everywhere. This one right here is for the channel, and I think it's going to be really cool. I'm told I need to wait till Christmas on that, though. Man. These drawers are all filled with skate stuff, mostly. You know when you thought you ordered hardware, but then you didn't? Yeah, I'm in that boat right now, so I'm resorting to the tray. I might have a couple that are 1.25 inches too long. That's going to really suck. Let's just see what I got. All right. They're Phillips too. Terrible. I don't know about you guys, but when I do any kind of construction, I won't touch a Phillips anymore. I am way too stuck up for that. These are not 1/4s. These are a bunch of small ass ones. So I guess 2/8 makes a quarter. Those are brand new. That's weird. All right, but it does say 1/8 inch riser tabs. I don't know why I thought they were a quarter. I'll just double them up. Let's see how this is gonna fit here. Not put that shit on backwards, shall we? That's gonna be just long enough. If I can find 8 of those babies. Duh. Let's do this. That's going to be just long enough for a 1/8 inch riser. If I go 2, I'm not going to make it fit anymore. That's going to make a lot of you dudes nervous, huh? A 62 millimeter wheel with a 1/8 inch riser. I could take apart another board. But you know what? Those big heads right there, those are 62 millimeters. This one, they're on the Indies, and the hollow Indies, and those have an 1/8 inch riser. So you know what? Let's just roll it. Who cares? Who cares? He said. That is barely through the nut at all. That's very questionable. Very questionable. I'm going to have to keep a constant check on these guys. There goes one on the carpet. The thing that's nice about these wheels, I can pop these bearings in by hand. That's freaking awesome, dude. Get back on there. That's what I mean. Like, to me, the quality of these wheels is better. You don't screw around with any of that bullshit. I'm used to using a 9-inch truck on these decks until they came out with Ace's 9.5, and so I've been really waiting for a 10-incher. I'm super excited about this. I really think I'm going to have my best setup here now. Hence the reason I decided to jump on a Christmas complete before Christmas. Where's my wheel? The owner of this company is in Ketchikan, Alaska. So it's nice to go ahead and support a company that's out there. I don't know what they do in Ketchikan, and he's probably some rich fisherman. I don't know, and does this on the side, but I picture him some skater that lives in a hut in the summer, and he's a company I want to support. So I know I follow him on Instagram, and I always like their posts. Dude's gnar on a skateboard. So I'm a huge fan of these wheels, and it's like I don't care if you don't like them or not. Like the last commenter I had was just dogging on these wheels. This shit is for me right here, and I think that's what's best about being a OG skater. You know, we don't have to care. We don't care what other people think. So we just ride what we want. We do what we want. If an old guy wants to carve a notch in his trucks, he just goes ahead and does it. Like, that's one good thing about being older and skateboarding. That's what's got a lot of you guys. A lot of you. There's no bearing on that side. Who caught that? Who caught that? That's a couple of things. That's my vision. I got a speed ring on the inside now. So at least I remembered the speed ring. That's my vision and the angle at which I'm working. So let's just take a huge step back and put a fucking bearing in there. I'm not using the axle spacers just because it takes longer. I'm going to hear that in the comments. That's designed and put there for a reason. It's like dudes that pop their shields off, you know? Boy, those are butter. Just butter. These bearings are nice. If I can get them at around the $60 mark, I'll order an extra set. But I can't bear to pay more for bearings than that. That's pushing it for me. And the only reason is I bought them originally just to do a review. And then I loved them. Then I kind of missed them when I left that board at the skate park, and somebody else got it. Dude, I was upset about that. So when I see them for $60 again, I jumped right back on it. Here's the deal. I'm sure some of you guys are wondering right now. I know one dude is. He's probably going to watch this video even though I banned him from my channel for life. I just don't like that character. But you're wondering if I'm going to cut a notch in these, right? And I thought about not doing it. I thought about skateboarding these and showing you guys what that looks like. But I know what that looks like. That looks like me scaring myself all over again, sliding all around on that much truck. You know, I don't want to teach myself to cross lock every time. I don't feel like cross locking is as safe as the way I do it. I can cross lock the trucks when it happens. If it happens, I hang on to it and I keep it. I do it. But I try not to because the other way feels so much better and safer, and the grind looks better too. Let's face it. If you can cross lock like the pros and you can get 15-foot grind hauling ass, then, you know, nothing really beats that. Nothing really beats that. But to, you know, pick up a 5-foot grind, not have your wheels down at all, you're on an angle on the coping, you know, that feels really good to be like in the center, like locked in like that. It's fun. And I don't care what anybody thinks, you know? So it's like I could ride this out there. I could get some grinds on it. If I wanted to cheat, there's no plate. So I'm about to make all the mistakes in the world. Let's see, it goes like that, right? But, you know, man, I'm 53, dude. 53. I'm not trying to impress all you guys like that. I want to walk home. You know, I already heard enough. I was talking to Dino. If any of you guys are on the message board on Facebook, then you guys know who Dino is. Dino is, I think he's 46, 47. I think he's 5 years younger than me. And he started out on a penny board. I did an interview of him on this channel. And he's another hardcore dude. Hardcore about learning to skate. He learned to drop in and ride bulls on a penny board. And it wasn't until he wanted to start doing 50-50 grinds that he like moved up to, you know, your traditional pull board. But let's hope that fits. Huh. Threading onto that one all right, I think. Let's see if we can torque it down. What was I talking about? Dino. You know, he's learned how to do front side, or is it backside airs? Maybe front side too. I don't really know exactly, but he's diehard. He started doing a YouTube channel. What's the channel called? It's called Harry Dirtles. And you know what? I'm going to put a link down in the description. If you click more in the description of this video, I'll put a link to his channel up there. But if you want to follow a guy that was kind of like the younger version of me, I say that as in, you know, an older dude that's willing to like put it out there a little bit. This is one of those shitty bolts. I think I'm getting it tight enough though. Who cares at this point? It worked out nice because the two randos are. I had to bury these so deep that the grip tape is sticking up. I know we all hate that shit, right? And there's an Allen on one of these babies. What is the chance I have that in here? Probably pretty good. I think I got a fit. All right. That's going to be the first bolt to come off. Okay, the wheels. What was I saying about Dino, though? Yeah, he's just... Dude, like... He was telling me he's in pain. And, you know, I'm in pain. And it wasn't until, like, watching Ben Dagros' video where he was talking about arthritis. That never even crossed my mind. That's probably what I feel in my knees, man. And, you know, it hurts. Some days are better than others. I think my diet has a lot to do with it. You know, if I fast, if I intermittent fast, or I eat, you know, like low or no carbs, like carnivore or keto, I definitely feel better. So, you know, it's too close to the end of the year for me to try to make any real breakthrough on a diet right now. And I know that's shitty to say that, but I just got done with all three of my kids' birthdays. Actually, Killian's birthday's at the end of January. But, you know, I think I can get it straight by then. And, you know, come New Year's, I'll start dieting, and, you know, maybe I'll be serious enough to just pass through Killian's birthday without breaking any rules on the diet. Please tell me I'm not a damn bearing short. Where did that thing roll off to? I probably put 3 on that one wheel. You guys saw me open a brand new pack. Oh man, this just gets better and better. What the hell? Look, I already did it. What the... Man. I'll tell you what. You know, from 45 to 55, it's a big difference in age. Or from 43 to 53, it's a big difference. Big changes, man. Getting older sucks. But you know what? I was just in the hospital and out of commission for 4 months. So, you know, coming back after 4 months of like literal nothing, almost dying, I think I'm doing pretty good, but my wife and I are just tripping. Yeah, that's how I like it right here. See how that sits flat? The wheels are just, they're silent. And I don't know, I love it. I love those wheels. You can't even see them spinning. But anyway, there's the board. So those are 10-inch Ace AF1 trucks. It's a 10-inch Black Label deck. I got no reason to rep Black Label at all on this channel. They haven't even come through one time and said, hey, thanks for riding our boards. Nothing, right? And it blows my mind. It blows my mind when someone rides their decks and makes 1,000 videos. It's like, I would come through and be like, yeah, thanks for the support, riding our decks. We appreciate it. But, you know, even though they haven't, no one has in the skate industry at all. But I'm going to tell you what I genuinely like. And I like these Black Label decks. A lot of it has to do with the shape. I know, you know, some of the local made boards, the decks are sometimes really thick. And, you know, man, I just don't dig that too much. And the flight decks, people think the flight deck technology is so great. I hate those flight decks. Those flight decks, you'll wear out your tail. I mean, I'm a pool rider. I can ride these boards for 5 years. I don't hurt these boards, but the Andy Anderson board I had, that was the flight deck, that thing started wearing the tail down so fast, it was just obvious to me within a couple of weeks. I mean, I'm talking like less than 10 rides on it. I'm like, whoa, where's my tail going? And I mean, I'm not tail sliding. I'm not doing anything on my tail except a drop in here and there. So, anyway, I like the shapes of the Black Label decks, and I like the big sizes. And I don't know. I think John Lucero's cool. So I got to put some rails on this thing now. Yeah, I kind of got my grip tape bubbling up a little bit, but that's what it ends up looking like. We'll see. Those risers are barely there. 1/8 inch to verify. Let's put these rails on. I'm going to try to maybe use their hardware, and we'll see how many I break. I don't know why you sell a product and you got to put the cheapest shit in there. Maybe Bones is different. I think I was skating Creature rails before, and maybe it was their hardware that broke. I don't know. I shouldn't throw anybody under the bus because I don't know who exactly it was. Oh, that's good. That's just water. I didn't drink enough of that today. Screwdriver, hardware. What else am I going to lose? At least I got extra hardware. I got a couple bags of that. Like the plug nuts or those sex bolts. I would love to order those, man. If somebody made that shit real. You know what else I would like to get? You guys remember bridge bolts? I would like to have bridge bolts again. Those were cool. So am I worried about the graphic, or am I just going to overlap the graphic? The reason I put rails on the bottom of the board is so it's easier to carry. Because I really don't use them for anything. I was talking to this dude at the skate park the other day. An older guy like myself. And he does kick turns. Lots of kick turns. And carves a little bit. And we happened to be talking about, he was talking about how somebody was telling him somebody was telling him that it's not really the right way to ride a bull. And it's funny because I remember someone saying that to me too. Because you have your old school, bull rider, the purist, the guy that's all about doing it the right way, the OG way, right, or whatever. And they want you to carve everything. Your front wheels should never leave contact with the concrete at all. And, it's funny. This dude I was talking to was asking me kind of what I thought about that. And, I told him, in my opinion, it's bullshit. That's dumb, There's like lots of ways you can ride the bull. If you want to do slash grinds, do slash grinds. I mean, I personally think everyone should be well-rounded. And I think if you're going to learn to ride a bull, I mean, I think, being able to slash or being able to kick turn on a wall is sort of a prerequisite. If you learn how to carve, good for you. But, if you get going too slow and you need to get off the wall, the quickest way down is with a kick turn, safely. So, I kind of thought that was crazy. And then, I told him, because I had this conversation years ago with a guy. And we were talking the same story. And I then asked him, and I go, can you slash grind? And he goes, why would I? And I go, just can you do it? And he goes, no, I don't do it. And I'm like, but can you do it? And he goes, no. And I'm like, why? And I go, are you scared? Coming from me, that's funny. Are you scared? And yeah, it turned out he was scared. He was afraid to lift his front wheels up. Like, hey, that's not a natural way of skating. But it is skating. Not natural. I mean, a kickflip's not very natural. We do a lot of unnatural things skating. Just because you ride it that way because of fear, that's bogus, dude. I think anybody in that boat needs to learn to kick turn. And I think that's probably most people. If you're going to skate, don't be telling people to be some purist out there if the reason you don't do it is because you're afraid. So I like the idea, like I mentioned in a video not long ago, when I got started, I was all about the stall. I didn't even want to learn how to ride the bull until I learned how to ride the stall. Or until I learned how to do a stall. So I think that looks pretty good. You guys think black rails would have looked better on there? I almost did blue. I knew I had some bright-ass wheels coming, so, I mean, I think that looks pretty sick. Rails are good. And honestly, those rails went in there really easy. Very easy. That was kind of weird, actually. I normally have a problem getting the rails to, like, go all the way down on the deck and fit tight. Oh, there, that's off a little bit. Let's fix that. Oh, I'm missing a screw. You know what's funny? You guys probably know this joke, but back in the day, back in high school, I used to carry around a screw in my pocket. And I'd go up to a girl and be like, hey, yo, you want a screw? It's kind of funny, right? You guys watch those top-notch gangster guys? That shit's funny, dude. It's on YouTube. They go around the hood trying to start fights with people, like making it act like they want to fight. That shit's addicting to watch. So anyway, there it is. So I'm going to sign off. In a future video, you're going to see me review these wheels. These are the Rainskate Yellow Jackets. They got like an interesting cut. It's just like that V. Like the Black Rain skate wheel. The same kind of V angle where it's not rounded. I don't think they ride any different than a rounded wheel. I really just like the quality of these wheels. I think they're the best. Their core is nice. I mean, just being able, aren't we tired of fucking around with bearings? Trying to cram your bearings in there or needing a press to put them in? Like, these are perfect. You saw me pushing them in with my thumbs. I want my shit to be, like, good. So, shout out to you in Ketchikan, Alaska Rain Skates. Thank you for the wheels. I got them on eBay. I got a fair price, not much different than SoCal would have been during Black Friday. And I got the deck from probably John Lucero's own page, where he holds back a whole ton of boards and he sells them for more. These decks on eBay were going for about $150. I found this one for like $79, which same deal. Decks like this on SoCal or Tactics were going for around the same price. I mean, but plywood's expensive too. I tripped. I kind of went to Home Depot, picked up some plywood the other day, and I was surprised at how much like 3/4 inch plywood's going for. But I'm gonna review the wheels. I'm gonna review these trucks, the 10-inch trucks. I mean, I think they're my favorite. I do like the Thunder 10-inch truck a lot, and it feels a lot like this. I don't know, honestly, if there's much difference at all, but there is a difference because the fact that I can ride these Ace trucks with these bushings is a testament to something being different in the geometry that keeps me on the board. And I'm no light person either. I'm busting 230 something pounds right now. Probably around 235 even. My fat pants are no longer my fat pants. That's the problem. I wear a Dickies size 38. I'm about 5'10", 5'11" in shoes. If anybody wants to size themselves up to me, I got to drop a good amount of weight. I'm going to do that hard. I'm going to go the intermittent fasting. And, high protein, low carb diet. I know they're trying to like make fake meat now. And they're trying to get us to eat the bugs. But you know what? I ain't doing that. And this is a free will universe, and I'm going to have my meat. So, anyhow, somebody's going to be triggered by that, and I'm just tired of giving a damn anymore. So, there's the board. All right. Peace out, man. Later, guys.